A very good morning to everyone present here. I welcome you all to Skilling on Saturdays. And today we have our special guest, Dr. Sona Kaushal Gupta. And you will be happy to have her here on this platform of Skilling on Saturdays, sharing her knowledge as she is a keynote speaker and a consultant neuropsychologist and expert in child psychology relationship as well as marital counselor. She is an stress and anxiety depression psychosomatic disease counselor. She is an emotional intelligence expert and teaches skills to maintain a healthy work-life balance. She is also an alumni of prestigious KGMU and a corporate trainer as well as life coach. She has taught in medical colleges as a professor of biochemistry in LLRM Medical College, Meerut, Subharti Medical College, Meerut, Doon Medical College, Dehradun. Her passion for mental health awareness made her study and practice psychology. And she started her NGO, Parifoundation and Parivartan Life School, where she counsels and spreads awareness of hazards of stress and stress management. Say no to drugs and screen addiction and other life sciences in school, colleges, and institutions. She has done her master's in psychology as she is a consultant of and a psychologist, counselor, a life coach, an international and national speaker on psychological issues, and has helped transform numerous lives. Was awarded the prestigious National President's Dr. B.C. Roy Award for her social service in 2015. She is designated CBSE tele counselor from Uttarakhand and answers questions related to exam stress from parents and CBSE Board students. Parifoundation has a MOU with Education Department and Government of Uttarakhand, where she has addressed hundreds of students of government schools of Uttarakhand by virtual classes on good mental health, stress management, soft skills, and answered their questions. He has started a 24/7 Pari tele helpline for suicidal prevention and helped save numerous lives in depression and suicidal thoughts. He has counseled numerous families survivors of Uttarkashi and Joshimath disaster via Pari tele helpline, which she has started. She has shared her views and stories about good mental health and numerous in numerous newspapers like Dainik Jagran, Amar Ujala, etc., including Hindustan TOI. She also has counseled army and police soldiers and their wives for stress management and resilience skills. She has organized numerous camps for students, parents, teachers, and the aged about good mental health and received numerous awards for the Best Doctor Award from IMA Dehradun Best Achievers Award from Rotary Club Dehradun and Dainik Hindustan Women Achievers. So these are some of the accolades that she has achieved. And today we have with us Dr. Sona, who will be guiding on us or all us on the topic of mental health, resilience building, as well as empowering the empowered parents. That's the topic for today. So I welcome you, Dr. Sona, on Skilling on Saturdays with this introduction of yours. And you can add whatever you wish to share with our audience. Most welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And thank you for giving me this platform where I can share my views on this very, very important topic of parenting. Yes, you have spoken more than enough about me. You have to write a resume, so we try to put in everything, and it was up to you to edit it. But you have spoken more than enough about me. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So,
ma'am.
yeah, I think I'll start immediately and I'll delve into the topic without much delay. And it's something very close to my heart, and it's something which is causing a lot of problems in the society, parenting, because it's not easy. It's a challenge. And this challenge is causing a lot of stress in the minds of parents and in the entire household, and also in children are also confused. So there is a total confusion everywhere. Everyone is trying to do their best, but still somewhere there are some loopholes which are causing a lot of anxiety and stress. And my main goal today is to talk to parents how to empower them, because they are the people who bear the brunt of all the pain, of all the troubles, and of all the efforts they put in while they are doing their best parenting their children. So, Shivani, I would like to tell you that whenever a family comes to me with problems regarding the child, that ma'am, the child has these problems, and they come for a parenting session. Now, there are three people involved in this actually. Three main stakeholders who are involved: the mother, the father, and the child. These are the main people who are involved. The other are the periphery, the significant others in the family, and of course, the parent teacher, the student teacher relationship, and the environment in the school, which is again shaped by or affected by the children. But today, my main focus is on the three people who are coming to me for a session: the mother, father, and the child. Now, when these people come for a session, naturally they have some problems related to the child. They have not come to tell me, excuse me, they have not come to tell me goody things about the child. They've not come to praise the child to me. They've not come to show me the trophies the child has won. But they have come with a list of complaints and a list of problems which the child is having and which they are facing because of the child. Isn't it so? That is the main thing. So these are the problems. Now, whenever you are talking to a person and you're telling him that you're bad, you're creating a problem, that you're having issues, you are depleting that person of his energy. So when the parent is talking about the child, which is not, of course, something very good, he's talking of the problems, the child hears and the child feels all the more scared and stressed. So whenever the first session is there, my main aim is to send the child out and to talk to the parents. So the first session is always with the parents, because it's going to be about the child, and of course it's going to be something negative about the child. So I don't want the child to hear it. The child should not be hearing it. So what should be done? So the parents are there. Now, I would like to see the screen if it is there, or I would like to see Shivani. My picture is coming there. Is there anyone?
You can use the gallery view.
Okay, so I'll have to speak to myself only. Can I speak to you, Shivani?
Yes, I'm here. You just need to switch. You can swipe the windows, or just check for the gallery view on top right corner.
Right.
You'll find option view, and from there you can see gallery.
There are some participants here, but I would like to speak to the people rather than to me. I find that very comfortable.
You can check the gallery.
You are not started recording.
Spotlight.
The recording is not started.
I'm not able to.
The recording is there.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it okay, ma'am?
Yeah, good enough. I can see you. You're Mr. Gaurav?
Yeah.
Okay, Shivani is there. Good. I can see you now. So I don't like talking to myself on the screen. So what happens, Shivani? Now these parents who come to me for the sharing the problems of the child are parents who are in stress. Let me be very clear. They are parents who are in stress because they feel the child is not doing well. They are in guilt because they feel some mistake has been done by them. They feel they are not enlightened. They are not empowered. They feel that they are lacking something. So my focus when I'm talking of parenting is on the parents, because these parents are people who feel so disempowered if they're having to cope with some problems in the children, that this stays with them for a long time. And this affects the other siblings also and the other members of the family. So my empowered parents parenting, the EP parenting model, my first or the first and second sessions or maybe more is with the parents. And I try to tell them and teach them and empower them skills in which they can become so empowered so that they can know how to face the challenges and the problems they are facing in the child. And what are those problems? The problems can be anything. The child is not listening, he's not studying, he's bullying, or he's being bullied, or he's replying back, or academically is going down, or he's not making friends, whatever. So many issues are there. What do parents need empowerment in? They need empowerment in, first of all, they need empowerment in healing their own issues and traumas which they have inside of them. They feel that I have made some mistake. They have the past traumas, the past, which is a very common term on social media, the past childhood traumas, their own, the way they were parented, the way they were brought up, the things that they had seen from their parents and the belief systems they have made up. So parenting which was done to them and caused them some hurt or traumas are there. They need healing in that, and they need to be spoken about that. And those things have to be resolved so that the parents become happy and enriched. And then they can talk to their children. But then that is a very difficult thing, and you have to really go deep and talk to them and empower them that it's okay. You have never made any mistake. It was never your fault, and you can go ahead with a very clean slate. So their own conscious past beliefs, their own past hurts, their own beliefs, their own way of parenting, which they had seen done by their parents, all that needs to be spoken about, and all that needs to be resolved, because you cannot parent your child today the way you were parented when you were a child, because the times have changed. And everything has changed with times. And today times are of social media, which every child has this mobile phone, and they are learning so much from it. So you cannot parent them the way you were being parented, because at that time this thing was not there. So this is one major thing, with other things also. The other thing that they have to be empowered with is, and when these parents are being told to look into their own selves and heal their own selves, and then come out with a clean, happy, powerful state, they become different people altogether. Other than that, they have to be told how to communicate with their child, because communication is a big problem nowadays, because everybody starts yelling, everybody starts getting angry, everybody starts blaming, everybody starts complaining. And when the parents do that, the child does that back to them. So communication then stops. It becomes an argument. The difference between a communication is that you're understanding the perspective of the other, but you have to be told how to understand, because immediately the ego comes in and you feel that you're the parent and you're right and the child is wrong. So you don't listen. So they have to be empowered how to communicate, how to listen, how not to argue, how to keep their tone low, no matter what bombardment is coming from that side, how to be assertive parents. There are a number of parenting methods, There is a perfectionist parent, there is an angry parent, then there is a very pessimistic parent, then there is a very humble parent. But the ideal thing is to be an assertive parent. Assertive parent means that no matter what you say your thing, it is nothing you should not have said this or you should not say this. No. What is right according to you at that point of time, say it. You're a parent. And what you say should be said very clearly, very loudly, very firmly, and you should not change what you have said with the next sentence or with the next command that you give. Right? So you have to learn these assertive skills. So this is empowerment of the parent. We teach them how to be assertive. We teach them how to talk to their child. We teach them to be good communicators and to be healed parents. Other than that, what happens is, when a parent and a child communication is going on, so there is this assertive parent, and most of the time, the parents I find who come to me are guilty parents, because they have that baggage of guilt, because they say that we are working, we've not been able to give so much time to them. So when they come to us, we just pamper them, we just listen to them. Now, this is okay. Age appropriate parenting is very important. So, how you talk to a child and explain things to him when he's a child, when he is a preteen, when he is a teenager, and when he is an adult. All these skills they have to be empowered with, because they don't know it. For them, that's a child, bacha hai. And they talk in the same tone, they talk, and then the child replies back and they take it. And then the child gets into the habit of replying back. So when they grow up, these children, the parents feel more hurt, they feel abused, and that turns into abuse gradually from the child. So when to say no, assertive skills, how to be an assertive parent, that I have to teach the parent, that is an empowered parent. Then other than that, what else? We also teach the parent how to support the child. Matlab, no matter what you tell him, no matter what you say to him, at the end of the day, it should be very clear to the child that he is my well-wisher. They may not liking him, because when I'm scolding the child, you should not have done this or you've done this, he won't like it. So, of course, if your tone is low and you're assertive and you tell it, he'll listen. And then your intention, you have to explain to him why you are saying that. Do this or do that doesn't make a difference. You have to tell them. So, like when I talk to someone as a doctor, when my patient comes to me, and when I talk to my patient Shivani, why will my patient hear me? He will listen, maybe he will not hear me. He only hears me and then he listens to me and he does what I say when he realizes that whatever ma'am is saying is for my benefit. So this is the very important part of a communication, when the other person realizes that whatever is being said is for my benefit. Now, for small children, if you give them big lectures and if you try to explain to them, it will not make a difference. So as I said, parenting has to be age appropriate. So small children, we tell the parents, I hope I can keep on talking in English, or should I put in some Hindi also?
Yes, ma'am. As you wish.
Okay, I'll continue with my English. So whenever you're talking to small children, you must have heard about it and you must have seen it, that we tell them that children learn by looking at you. They are role model. You are the role models. So parents are the role models. So instead of giving them big lectures, children till about 10 years of age, 8, 9, 10, 11, they look at you and they do things which you do. So they don't. So no need to talk to them much. Of course, you have to tell them what is right or wrong. Coming to that, I also want to add, before I skip this point, that when you're telling them what is right and wrong, always remember that you're a parent. Today, it's very much on social media that be friends with your children. Be friends with your children. This does not work, Shiva. This maybe it makes you feel good at that point of time. But later on, when these children grow up, there are people who come to me with adult children and who say that they are retorting back, they are replying back, and they don't like it. So a parent is always a parent. A parent is always a parent. A parent is always a parent. Can you tell me who's in the audience, Shivani?
Ma'am, can you see this gallery view?
I can just see you.
Oh, that. So please check on the top right corner. There is a view option. And from there, please select gallery and you'll be able to see everyone.
And because there are 23 people.
I cannot see the view gallery, and I can see Mr. Gaurav now.
You want some names, ma'am?
Yes.
Like Gaurav, Ram, Vijay.
Vijay is there. Mr. Vijay, Mr. Gaurav. Okay, fine. So if they have any queries, they can put it in the chat box, so we can take it up.
Okay.
In between also. So what I was telling you is that, yes, parents are parents and they should not be friendly. Do you agree with Mr. Gaurav? Himani is also here. I think this is the gallery. No, I cannot get it.
You are logging from your laptop or mobile?
Mobile.
So just swipe the windows. Swipe to the left side. You'll see everyone.
Yes, what do I do now?
You can see many people now. What people are on
You
camera?
need to rotate your phone. Your video has gone.
You want me to rotate my phone?
Yeah.
Okay. But that will be difficult. Let me continue as such.
Okay.
Let me continue.
So
let me finish my talk. Anybody can ask me in between. It's okay.
Yeah.
So what I was telling you is a parent, and let me tell you, empowered parents are parents that they can be friendly parents. They can be friendly the way they talk, but they don't have to be friends. बच्चों के पास बहुत दोस्त होते हैं, तो दोस्त मत बनिए, पेरेंट रहिए, अपनी बात कहिए और याद रखिए, because what you do today, how you speak to them today, they will talk back to you tomorrow when they grow up. There are couples who come to me and who tell me that उनकी आपस में नहीं बनती है. So this marital rift is also there. The husband and wife, they have their own issues. So whenever they're talking to me about the child, they come up with stories of their own issues. कि मैम वो मेरी सुनते नहीं है, या मेरे husband बात ही नहीं करते हैं, I have to do everything. So remember, I tell the parents, empowered parents, that to be empowered, you have to come out as one unit in front of your child. If your child, right from childhood, realizes that you are two different people with two different views, he will try to take advantage of the fact, and then he will try to sort of, emotionally blackmail you. Or he will start learning that bachpan se, and it will continue right till the adult age. So to be a happy family and to have children who listen to you, Shivani, it's very important that parents realize to have one view in front of the children. They can discuss whatever they want to discuss when the child is not there. Of course, they have their differences. They can fight, they can argue, they can do anything. And they can come for counseling to resolve their issues also. But not in front of the child. In front of the child, they should be happy and one unit, because let me tell you, that makes a lot of difference in the psyche of the child. There are children who come to me, there are parents who come to me in which I find that the husband is very busy most of the time, and the wife, she has to look after children and the home. तो होता क्या है गौरव जी, होता क्या है कि they take over, the wife takes over the house. She commands, she demands, she looks after the children. When the husband comes home, she talks to him also quite assertively. So the child is seeing all this. So when these children grow up, parents of older children do come to us, and many a times one of them, usually the father, says that the child replies back to me. He does not listen to me. Why? Because since childhood, the child has seen the mother replying back to the father, not listening to the father, fighting with the father. He has seen the mother dominating, or it may be the other way around. So whatever he has seen in the childhood, that remains with him as he grows an adult, and he behaves in the same way. So it's always a give and take. And then it's a very wake up call. कि अरे ये क्या हुआ? हमने तो ऐसा कभी नहीं सोचा था. ये तो he is replying back. He is very rude. Why? Because you were doing that to each other when he was younger. So it's a big, to be an empowered parent, the focus is on the parent. अभी child की तो बात ही नहीं आई. With for whom they have brought him to me. वो तो I tell him उसको बाद में लाना. Half, 3/4 of the problems get solved with empowered parents parenting. But if you bring the child and then I talk of the child and I talk of the issues, temporarily they'll be relieved. It's like taking a medicine, a painkiller. आपकी दर्द तो खत्म हो गई, but the root cause is there कि दर्द हुई क्यों थी. So until you tackle that root, and that root is the way the parents behave, the way they talk, the way they communicate, the way they listen. Worst part is the amount of trauma they have. Some of the parents are so guilty, they are so hurt, they have been abused by their parents. and they have never spoken of it. So वो अंदर ही अंदर, it's like a injury which is hurting. Are you agreeing with me, Shivani?
Yes, of course.
And Mr. Gaurav, are you agreeing?
Yes, quite yes. I have one question here only that
Yeah. Just note it down. I'll just finish. I'll take
sure,
the 5
in
10
the end.
minutes more. Then I'll take up
Okay.
all your queries, and I would love lots of questions to come.
Okay.
So anybody else also there? I can't see the people, but of course, do come up.
There are 25 people in the room.
Oh wow, wonderful! I
You
don't
can
know.
just swipe your finger to the left side.
Shivani, हो नहीं
and
रहा.
you'll-
Yeah, मैं कर तो रही हूँ, but it's not coming. I would love to speak to all of them, but I cannot see the gallery anyway.
think swipe on the right.
Don't worry, madam. We are
Ma'am,
seeing you.
swipe on
We
the
can watch
right.
you.
On phone, it's on right.
I would love to take your names if I can see you, but I can't, you know. And
Okay,
I
okay,
hope
ma'am.
I'm making sense because
Yes, you're
I
making.
hope, oh yeah, I can see you now. Wow.
You're making a lot
Wonderful.
of sense.
So
Thank you.
Dr. Renu is here, Gaurav is there, Hirani is there. ये कौन है नीचे?
Ram Vijay.
Ram Vijay is there. Wow, lots of people. Lovely. अब आए आप लोग सामने. So ये पेरेंटिंग का जो इशू है, ये एम्पावर्ड पेरेंट्स जब हो जाते हैं, एम्पावर्ड मतलब उनको नॉलेज है, उनको पता तो चले हम कर क्या रहे हैं. पेरेंटिंग तो जानवर भी करता है, गौरव.
Yes.
Even you see these small puppies and the mothers, the way they look after them, the way they feed them, they don't let anybody come near them. But parents, this is not parenting for humans. Humans have these brains. The child is watching. He has cognitions. He has intellect. It's different. We have to teach them. They have to learn how to be good human beings. But for that, they are secondary. First is the parents. Parents themselves are confused because हमारे टाइम पे और उनके टाइम पे पेरेंटिंग की कोई बात ही नहीं करता था. Nobody has taught us all this. I don't know how my children grew up. I could have made them much better, I feel, but nobody told me all this. So today is the lucky times, the good times. People are knowing कि आप अपनी कमियों को देखिए, आप अपने को हील करिए, अपने को बेटर, अपनी बॉन्डिंग अपने हस्बैंड से बनाइए, घर का माहौल अच्छा रखिए. The atmosphere of the house makes such a difference on the child. And now this is this family who came to me yesterday. So the father, he was a lawyer. He had brought his 17-year-old son, 16-year-old son to me, and he was saying he is not going to school because he's been thrown out of the school because he's had some fights there. So twice they reprimanded him, then they sent him out of the school. Now he's giving his exams, studying locally by himself and all. Well, now this was the problem. Now, as a normal parenting session, I should have taken up the child's session first and spoken to him and healed his problems. Ki bhai, you shouldn't fight, you shouldn't argue, you shouldn't do this. That was not the problem. The problem was the parents and the home. So my session was with the parents, and over the sessions, 2 sessions had to take with the parents, with the mother alone and with the father alone. What I came to know is that there is no connection between the mother and father. The father just comes home, dumps his work, eats his food, he is least bothered what the mother tells him. What the children have gone through, what has happened, father was not concerned. So mother was not able, she was not having support from the husband, so the children were not listening to them. The elder son was beating up the younger son. That 16-year-old son, the elder brother was beating him up. He was hitting him, he was abusing him. Result kya hua? This 16-year-old was going to school and hitting other children and beating other children and abusing other children, and he was thrown out. When he was thrown out, stigma aur zyada ho gaya ki he is bad. वैसे ही he was bad at home. That is why the brother was beating him. पढ़ता नहीं, सुनता नहीं. So it's a very complicated situation. Talking to the child will not solve the problem. The parents had to be spoken to. Then the atmosphere of the home had to be taken into consideration. The elder son had to be spoken to. And the elder son was beating him because he was in low self-esteem himself. उसको अपने कॉलेज में रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिल रही थी. He was being abused in his college. So he was taking So it's a very complex situation. And let me tell you, the citizens, as parents, we are bringing up our children. These children, when they become citizens of the country tomorrow, they shape the world. And why is the world in so much of agony and mental health issues? Because they are not being shaped properly. The parents are not empowered. They don't know what to do. So empowered parents parenting is the answer to all solutions. Each parent has their own issues. The mother was saying, nobody listens to me. I do all the work. My husband doesn't talk to me. So my child doesn't listen to me. The husband was saying, I have no time. I have to earn the bread and butter. So should I do that or should I sit and listen? The children were not able to see their parents ever talking with each other. So the children were not talking to each other. And they were all hitting each other and abusing each other. So empowered parents parenting is the answer to all problems of the world. Once a child is brought up by empowered parents, healed parents, parents who are happy, whose traumas, who are not guilty, who know how to communicate, who know how to support, who are non-judgmental, who are not criticizing or comparing. बहुत होता है. Even when you know, even you do it unconsciously, comparing हो जाता है, between siblings हो जाता है. वो तो मैम बहुत पढ़ती है, वो तो पढ़ता ही नहीं है. So that again is such trauma for the child. I'm bad. So how long has my session been? अभी कितना हो गया शिवानी?
We are at 7:37.
7:37.
How much time do I have more?
You can speak for 5 minutes more and then we can take on question and answers.
Right. So this is my technique of.
But madam, one thing. What about screen time? Nowadays, there is a problem of screen time.
Yeah, I'm coming to your question.
Okay,
Just give me 5 minutes. Let me finish my talk. So this is empowered parents parenting. Okay. The focus is on parents being happy, being very content with themselves, being in communication, being one, and then talking to their children and empowering children. Now comes the question of the child. Child is age appropriate. A small child has to be supported. He has to be shown good things and he has to be explained by the parents what is right and wrong. And parents have to be happy, content, and assertive. Friendly parents, not friends. The child should know he's a parent or she's a parent. Then comes the teenagers. With the teenagers, they have many issues because now their cognitions, their thought system शुरू हो गया है. पहले तो मम्मी बोलती थी बैठ जाओ, बैठ जाते थे because अभी इतनी thinking develop नहीं हुई. अब हो गई है. Now they will question, why should I say? What are you doing this? Why that? So now they are watching you more aggressively. And now you have to be more empowered to talk to your teenager children. और उनके as a parent आपको भाषण नहीं देना, आपको सुनना है. If you are a good listener to them, they will tell you their problems. और उनकी problems को अगर आप नहीं analyze कर पा रहे, then come and take help. Don't solve issues you don't know. वो फिर misfire हो जाते हैं. So go to the internet, see videos, understand, you come to professionals like us and take guidance and then talk to your children. Because these teenagers are into addictions, they are into drugs, they are into peer pressure, they are seeing videos which they don't understand and they are very rude. Because this is what they are getting from the internet. You see the videos are saying, apne parents ko aise jawab do, aise karo. Just to gain likes, people are making very obnoxious videos and children are seeing it and they don't know what is right or wrong. So empowered parent hona bahut zaruri hai. You have to be strong to talk to them. If they feel you are weak, they will power you. They will become bullies and they'll start abusing you. Once they start abusing you and you take it, it will continue up till they are adults. And then parents of adult children are saying कि वो बदतमीजी करता है, मारता है, घर से निकालता है. Why? Because you have shown them that route since childhood. तो strong बनिए, assertive बनिए, अपनी बात रखिए, उनकी सुनिए, उनको solutions दिए but be the master and be a friendly master. Don't be a friend. और इस लास्ट बात बोल रही हूँ, ये सब करने के लिए पेरेंट्स यू हैव टू हैव द नॉलेज. अगर तुम्हें नॉलेज नहीं है, अगर तुम टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं जानते हो आज के टाइम पे, बिकॉज योर चिल्ड्रन आर वे अहेड इन टेक्नोलॉजी, and if you say I don't know this, I don't know that, then they are going to make fools of you. So sit down and get enlightened, learn, know technology. Let your children know that you have an upper hand and keep on learning. A learner is never wasting time. So that is very important. And of course, all said and done, we should always say that we are family, talk to your children, and love, affection is paramount. Relationship has three main things according to me. There has to be respect among the parents in the family. Number two, love and affect. Love comes automatically after that. There should be a lot of communication. Communication means baat suno aur apni bhi kaho aur dusre ki bhi suno with listening, active listening. And third is a lot of trust. So instead of having mistrust or not believing, the parents not believing each other or not trusting their children, that will again lead to issues. So all these things have to be kept in mind, and that is empowered parents parenting. I hope I have made sense. So the first session is with the mother, the second section is with the father, the third session is with both the parents, then the fourth session is with the child. And then the issues get resolved.
Wonderful perspective, ma'am, and a lot of new way of thinking we heard from you. And definitely, first we need to check ourselves, introspect where we are lacking and what the child, every child, he or she is following what the parents are doing, not just simply listening. So
yeah.
We also do the same. We see someone and we get inspired and we start following the same things.
I would like to add to that, Shivani. I would like to add, just give me one more minute, that so many videos are floating on social media of parenting, and they are very confusing. They are very confusing. Right. So don't be taken in by everything. Use your brains. Western videos are so much on the social media. Their way of parenting is totally different. They are saying, don't say anything. Just listen to them. Don't say, don't be this thing. You have to say. If you don't say, who will tell them what is right or wrong? Our Indian ways are much better. So follow the method which suits you. But the basic thing is know what you are saying. Be strong. Be a happy person. Apne sorrows or journeys ko heal karo, tab baat karo. And don't follow everything blindly. Yes.
But madam, for the people in West, it doesn't matter, because after 18, the child himself leaves the home. They are on their own. But here we are going to stay together. For me, like me, I have my son, my daughter-in-law staying with me. So if they don't obey me or don't respect me, it is going to be a very difficult time, So what you said is really right from our perspective, from Indian perspective. We have to make a child understand that parent is parent, even though they are friendly.
Yes, that's what I've said. You have to make him, and right from childhood. Now, अपने बच्चे को तो आप समझा दोगे. अपने बच्चे को आपने आज lecture सुन लिया. You'll talk to your children. You'll empower yourself. You'll try to change. But when these children are grown up and they get married, so you are with then another person who's come from a different family. That is also creating a lot of problems. So वहाँ पे आ जाती है acceptance. वहां पे उस समय पेरेंटिंग आप उसकी पेरेंटिंग नहीं करोगे जो दूसरी फैमिली से आया है या आई है. उसकी एक्सेप्टेड, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड दैट दे आर फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट एरिया ऑल टुगेदर. बट फोकस शुड बी ऑन योरसेल्फ. Focus should be on your mental health. You should be calm. You should be happy. You should be peaceful. Instead of controlling them or trying to change them, we can work on controlling and trying to change ourselves. That is what works.
But madam, in this school, they have counselors. And by default, counsel only child. They never counsel parent.
Yes, that is, Gauravji, I think, Hirani ji, that I think is because Parents are not, when I go to schools for my sessions, Parifoundation goes for workshops on mental health to schools and colleges, and we interact with the students and teachers. So these schools tell me that in spite of calling them, the parents don't come because again, they are not empowered. They want to put their responsibility on somebody else. The mother is putting it on the father is putting it on the mother, both of them are putting it on the school. So everybody is running away from the responsibility of talking to the children because they don't know how to talk. They don't know what to say. So communication is a big problem. Schools are saying that we are calling the parents for parent-teacher meetings. We are calling them, but they are not coming. So now this is a problem with them. So what is the solution? The solution is that whenever you get an opportunity, you have these workshops so that we can reach them by social media. Now you'll be sharing this so many places. This message will go out to people.
Yes.
So this is the only way. Schools can do their bit. They can teach, but you cannot tell schools to parent your child. Counselors are there. They are also, they have their counseling and their teaching also. They have their own issues. When I go for a workshop to schools, the teachers surround me with their problems. So everybody is there with their baggage of issues and problems. तो पहले को अपने को तो हील करेंगे, वही तो एम्पावर्ड टीचर, एम्पावर्ड पेरेंट होगा. तो हम वो करें फिर हम
Absolutely. And coming back to screen time, what do you say about screen time? Nowadays, there is a big issue about screen time for the children.
I told, when I started my lecture, Hirani ji, I said that this is the new age thing, which is a bane and a boon. ये जरूरी भी है और इसका नुकसान भी बहुत है. अब जरूरी एजुकेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से है, knowledge point of view, but it is causing more harm than damage because children are addicted to it, because parents are on to it. जब parents के हाथ में ही है तो बच्चा तो लेगा ही, और बच्चे के हाथ में दिया किसने? Parents ने. अब अगर if you don't give it age appropriate to a child, he will take it from his friends or get it by other means. So not giving a mobile phone is not the solution. They'll get it. एज अप्रोप्रिएट लेना. द रूल्स आर कि छोटे बच्चों को तो दिखाओ ही मत. अडोलेसेंट्स को 2 या 3 घंटे उनके पास होने चाहिए देखने के, वगैरह वगैरह. दीज आर द रूल्स. बट हु विल टॉक एंड टेल द चिल्ड्रन टू अप्लाई द रूल्स? So the only way of this screen addiction not being there and children being away from the harm of it, the only way is again talking, workshops, communicating, telling and teaching them. And for smaller children, the parents should apply these. They have these apps and all in which they block the sites and all that. तो वो लॉक्स और ब्लॉक्स के नॉलेज पहले, तभी तो मैंने बोला कि पेरेंट्स को पहले नॉलेज होना चाहिए कि इसको यूज कैसे करें. वो स्किल्स हर पेरेंट गेन करे. इंस्टेड ऑफ सीइंग वीडियो गेम्स देमसेल्फ, दे शुड नो द रूल्स. व्हाट इज साइबर बुलिंग, व्हाट इज साइबर फ्रॉड, how to apply locks to this so that the children cannot use it, and then talk to their children about screen time. जब आपका बच्चा समझ जाएगा कि मेरे फायदे की बात होगी, वो मानेगा. लेकिन आपके बोलने के तरीके पे एम्पावर्ड पेरेंट यही तो होता है. हाउ यू टॉक एंड व्हाट यू से, तब वो सुनेगा जब मेरा फायदा. अदरवाइज यू कीप ऑन टॉकिंग, ही विल नॉट बॉदर. सो again you learn how to talk to your children. And thirdly, अगर आपका बच्चा बहुत ज्यादा मोबाइल पे है और आप रात देख रहे हो तो he is into addiction, उसको हटाने पे भी विड्रॉल होंगे. विड्रॉल में इरिटेशन, फ्रस्ट्रेशन, एंगर होगी, वो भी प्रॉब्लमैटिक है. तो एडिक्शन में ना जाए, इसलिए आप पहले से ही सतर्क रहिए. एंड यू कीप एन आई ऑन व्हाट ही इज वाचिंग. Talk to him, go and see it, go to his room, take his mobile away. जब पढ़ रहा है तो उसका मोबाइल हटाओ. So ये सारे, again the onus comes on to the parent, and schools में we should have talks and workshops about it. और बच्चों के साथ interactive session होने चाहिए जहां पे उनसे हम इस बारे में बात कर सकें.
So, what is the biggest problem in the child raising? Screen time is not that big, I think. What is the biggest problem
in children?
In raising children, how the parents talk to them, how they communicate, is that the biggest problem?
The biggest problem is this. Number one is a generation gap. Because
okay.
The times have changed. The parents don't accept it. They feel that it should be the same as they have been there. So they have to understand two different generations, they have to change. They have to change the way they talk because their children are not they. They feel हमारे साथ तो ऐसे हुआ, ये क्यों नहीं कर रहा? हमें तो मारा डांटा, वो क्यों नहीं कर रहा? So number one is they have to change and accept that there is a difference. Number two is they should know the skills of talking and communicating and making the child feel that he is supported, but also making the child feel that they are the parent and they should be one unit. सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम मेरे
One
को
unit,
तो जो
yes.
लगती है वो ये लगती है कि पेरेंट्स वन यूनिट नहीं होते हैं.
नहीं होते, बराबर है.
उसका अपना इशू होता है, उसका अपना इशू होता है, and they are fighting and the child is taking advantage and he is confused. तो empowered parents में अपनी fights को बैठ के resolve करो या counseling कराओ अपने issues को. और बहुत बड़े बड़े इश्यूज होते हैं उनके, और वो जब वन यूनिट होंगे तभी आप अपने बच्चे से द चाइल्ड विल सी द पावर ऑफ यूनिटी एंड ही विल गिव यू रिस्पेक्ट.
Yes, right. Child are very smart. They pick it up like that. If they find that
they will say मम्मी ये कहती है, पापा ये कहते हैं. They will emotionally blackmail you. Yes. Anything
Sure.
else?
This is the biggest learning for the day.
Yes, but for me, I'm telling you, I'm learning it. My children are grown up now, but every day I'm learning new things, you know, and I'm learning new things because when my children were small, nobody told me these things. So today, parents are in such a good age. आज तो आपको बता रहे हैं कि ये होने वाला है, संभल जाओ.
Absolutely.
So this is the need of the hour. Empowered parents parenting, EP parenting is the need of the hour, where parents have to empower themselves, heal themselves, be happy parents, and be role models. But there is a generation gap. You have to understand that. And this is the biggest friend and villain between parent and child. So how you talk to your child about what is they are seeing on this, and peer pressure. The pressure of their friends. The friends will say, मेरे बाप ने तो ये दिया, मेरी माँ ने तो ये दिया, मुझे तो. So how the child should heal himself and not feel in low self-esteem in peer pressure. That is a very big issue.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am,
Okay.
for adding these perspectives. There are some questions from the audience.
One thing more.
Yes.
Oh, just
Yes,
question.
please.
One thing more, madam. If a child start crying and putting tantrums, how to handle them that time?
Look,
At that very moment.
child tantrums are very common. Child tantrum is something he is born with. He wants something. You give it to him. He knows that if I cry, I get it. So he will cry again to get it. So the next time you give it to him, it becomes a habit. वो conditioning हो जाती है. If I cry, yell or shriek, I get it. So that is a tantrum, and parents are again giving into the child throwing tantrums again. The need of the hour is empowered parents to say no, assertive parents to say no. अगर एक बार no बोला है कि ये चीज नहीं मिलनी है, तो no है. Then don't. वो ज्यादा चीखे चिल्लाए या हल्ला करे या तोड़-फोड़ करे, तो don't give in.
नहीं होता क्या है मैडम,
Consistent.
घर पे दूसरे होते हैं ना, कोई बुआ होती है, दादी होती है, वो लोग दे देते हैं.
Yes.
And
Then again, yeah, these are very big issues. I told you, atmosphere of the house. So the way to resolve it is without any fight. Husband and wife अगर एक हो तो दादी बुआ नानी चाचा सब संभल जाते हैं. The problem ये होती है जब इन दोनों के views conflict हो जाते हैं. So when they are one, they can talk to the बुआ and tell. अलग
They
से.
should talk. Yes, talk. They should communicate properly with them.
The way I am talking, this they have to learn how to talk and they have to explain. कोई बुआ मामा चाचा नाना नानी दादा बच्चे का बुरा नहीं चाहता, बस उनको समझाना कैसे है. Empowered parents again.
So whole family should be one unit.
Empowered parents का ही जमाना है. You have to empower yourself with the skills. बच्चे अपने आप सुधर जाएंगे.
Right.
There is a question from Ranvijay. Please go ahead, Ranvijay.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the session. So to become empowering parent, so since I have a baby of around 2.8 years, and I'm more aware and more conscious, and again, I want to be an empowered parent. So yes, I have a growth mindset and I believe in learning, but how can I empower myself? So at this point of time, I know I still have some time, but I want to take the full responsibility, 100% ownership. So is there some way where I can learn? So that will help me because
Yes.
I'm
How
really
old is your
concerned.
baby? How old is your baby?
2 years, 8 months.
Yeah, 2 years. It's nearly 3 years. Okay, fine. Now, 2, 3 years mein to they are watching you. They start seeing you, they're recognizing you, they are watching you, you know. So the at this point of time, you just you have to be empowered till your child is an adult. So it is not that कि 2 साल के बच्चे के साथ फिर 5 साल के बच्चे के साथ ये टेक्निक्स तो आपको सारी सीखनी पड़ेगी एंड यू विल ग्रेजुअली सीखो या एकदम सीखो रीड करो पढ़ो फिर ये लेक्चर फिर से सुनो टॉक टू मी अगेन चैट टू मी अगेन एज अ 2 year old चाइल्ड 3 साल का बच्चा तो उसको तो अभी अपनी बेसिक मैस्लॉज लॉ के मैस्लॉज हायरार्की लॉ के अकॉर्डिंग उसको अपनी बेसिक्स नीड चाहिए खाना पीना सोना सेफ्टी कंफर्ट वो आप देखो ठीक है उसके सामने आप चिल्लाओगे तो वो डर जाएगा पटाखे बजाओगे तो डर जाएगा वो उसको इंजरी ना हो है ना एंड ऑफ कोर्स द मेन थिंग इज द वे यू टॉक अगर यू एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम your parents start talking softly normally you don't have to be we are very artificial with small children we start talking like them we start behaving फिर वो बच्चा ना लिस्प करने लगता है फिर बेबी लैंग्वेज छोड़ता ही नहीं अपने क्योंकि माँ बाप ही वैसे बोल रहे हैं घर में उसके साथ ओले 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 क्या ओले 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 they talk like that so the baby picks it up और वो वैसे स्कूल में जाता है तो टीचर से वो नॉर्मल बोल ही नहीं रहा so talk normally with your children so that they listen to you, they pick it up right from the very early age. At this point of time, the child needs comfort. He needs safety. So a lot of body touch, body support, hugs to that child. And a lot of, cool, calm way of talking to him in a very normal way is going to be the need of the art till he is about 10 years of age. 7, 8, 10 साल का होगा ना तब तक ये बच्चा आपको देख के सीख रहा है विजय जी आपको देख के सीख रहा है तो याद रखो कि आप जो करोगे ये बड़ा होके करेगा आपको खुद ही पता चल जाएगा कि मैं नहीं चाहता कि ये बड़ा होके ये करे तो ये बड़ा होके ये करे में उसको नहीं टोको अपने को सुधार लो वो तो आपको देख के सीख जाएगा अगली बार डू द थिंग डिफरेंटली एंड व्हेन द चाइल्ड डज समथिंग व्हिच यू अप्रिशिएट से वेरी गुड ये जो वेरी गुड और एप्रिसिएशन होता है ना ये बड़ा जबरदस्त रीइंफोर्सर होता है गुड हैबिट्स का थर्ड थिंग आई वांट टू टेल यू इज डोंट से कि ये मत करो डोंट टॉक ऑफ नेगेटिव थिंग्स ब्रेन ना हमारा ब्रेन ह्यूमन ब्रेन वायर्ड नेगेटिविटी के लिए बहुत है क्योंकि हम लोग केव्स में जंगलों में रहते थे ना हमारे एंसेस्टर्स तो हम सर्वाइवल मोड में रहते थे हमेशा डरे रहते थे हमें कोई अटैक ना कर दे तो हमेशा डरे रहना फियर ये इनग्रेन्ड होता है ह्यूमन ब्रेन में सो द ब्रेन इज वेरी नेगेटिव सो द मोमेंट वी टेल आवर चाइल्ड झूठ नहीं बोलना वो झूठ पकड़ लेता है और बच्चा ट्राई करके मारता है कि चलो झूठ होता क्या बात तो करूं सो यू हैव टू टेल द चाइल्ड लेट्स स्पीक द ट्रूथ लेट्स स्पीक द रियल थिंग तो जो बोलना चाहते हो पॉजिटिव है वो बच्चे को बोलना है और बोलना कम है करना ज्यादा एंड फिर और 8-10 साल तक तो बच्चे को बताना भी है कि आप ये क्यों बोल रहे हो क्यों सच बोलो कि क्या है सच होता क्या है तो एज अप्रोप्रिएट ये सारी बातें करना स्टोरी टेलिंग की तरह बातें करोगे ना कहानी की वो बोलता था तो ऐसे अच्छा हुआ अपनी माइथोलॉजी के साथ करोगे तो बेटर रहेगा so this is an empowered parent that your child is going to be your replica with some differences वो जेनेटिक होते हैं कुछ डिफरेंसेस आएंगे तो अपनी खुशी अपने बच्चे के उस पर फोकस मत करो एम्पावर्ड पेरेंटिंग का एक और बड़ा टिप ये भी है डोंट फोकस योर हैप्पीनेस कंप्लीटली ऑन द ग्रोथ एंड सक्सेस ऑफ योर चाइल्ड उसकी डेस्टिनी अलग होती है एवरीथिंग इज नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल फोकस योर हैप्पीनेस एज योर प्रायोरिटी अगर आप अपनी हैप्पीनेस पे फोकस करेंगे अपने को खुश रखेंगे ऑटोमेटिकली आप अच्छी वाइब्रेशंस भेजें और बच्चे को अप्रिशिएट करना फिर टीनेजर होगा फिर बात करेंगे वो अलग इश्यूज है we'll take another session on teenagers yeah Anything else?
Sure, ma'am. Yeah, Gaurav has a question. Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Uh, so, Dr. Sona, thanks. First of all, I got many answers already. So one major point, like for me, I have two boys, 10 and 13 years. So one is just turning 13 in this week only. So I can see that earlier he was able to take whenever we say something he was hearing. Now he suddenly become kind of a anger issues has started coming. He just burst out. He starts crying also whenever we talk. So, and we can sense a lot of time he's lying because or going into the argument mode because he feel that if he will listen, they will tell me more. So he don't want to unnecessary कहते हैं ना हम ज्ञान दे रहे हैं या ज्यादा सुना रहे हैं उसको सुनना नहीं है तो बचने के लिए बहुत he start lying also. So this is the challenge and you rightly said comparison because my younger one is bit sharp. वो जल्दी पिक करता है चीजें तो हमारा कंपैरिजन भी होता है कि ही इज वेरी अटेंटिव वो सुनता है. So I can see it is not going right. Now he started putting जो you rightly said अगर घर में भी गुस्सा करता है तो बाहर भी स्कूल में भी किड से भी लड़ने लग जाता है and he makes sure that he never did anything wrong. So I can see. So teenager point, yeah, this is the challenge
हाँ,
for me.
देखो स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशंस तो है ही है ना, बिकॉज प्रॉब्लम ये है कि एवरी पेरेंट इज अ वेरी गुड पेरेंट. भाई हर पेरेंट अपने बच्चे का अच्छा ही चाह रहा है ना. इंटेंशन तो हर पेरेंट की बहुत अच्छी होती है, लेकिन रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं आता. वो आगे जो प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर होता है वो उसमें बड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है. आप तो अच्छा कर रहे हो बट इट्स नॉट कमिंग आउट टू बी एज यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग. तो नंबर वन, अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस को वो करो, अपना बेस्ट देने की कोशिश करो. गीता का ज्ञान सब जगह काम आता है. कर्म कर, फल की इच्छा पे ज्यादा ध्यान मत दे. आपने उसको सारी बातें बतानी है एज अ गुड पेरेंट, और वो चीजें आपने खुद भी नहीं करनी है. अगर आप स्मोक कर रहे हैं और उसको कहो स्मोक मत कर, तो थोड़ा सा गलत हो जाता है. वो बोल यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन व्हाई यू आर स्मोकिंग एंड व्हाट इज द नुकसान ऑफ इट ऑन यू एंड व्हाई यू आर हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू स्टॉप इट. तो उसको वही करेगा जो वो देख रहा है, नंबर वन. तो नेचुरली, और दूसरी चीज, 13 से लेके 19 साल तक ये एज ऐसी होती है कि थोड़े से हमें अपने दुश्मन ही लगते हैं. ये बच्चों को हम दुश्मन लगते हैं, हमें बच्चे दुश्मन लगते हैं, बिकॉज दे चेंज. मैंने बोला ना, 8 प्री टीन्स तक, 9-10 साल तक डिफरेंट एंटिटीज होते हैं. वो माँ बाप के पीछे पीछे चलेंगे, दे विल लिसन टू यू, बिकॉज तब तक इनकी सोच समझ बन रही है, बनी नहीं है. फिर जाके 10-12 में बनने लग रही है. अब तो प्यूबर्टी जल्दी शुरू हो रही है. फिर ये क्वेश्चन करेंगे नहीं. फिर इनके ऊपर हावी है पीयर प्रेशर और मोबाइल फोन्स. जो दोस्त बोल रहे हैं ये इनके असली गुरु हैं, और इसमें इनमें से आज सैडली, वेरी सैडली, इसमें से बहुत बकवास मिल रहा है इनको. गंदी चीजें, गलत चीजें ज्यादा पढ़ रहे हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट दे अट्रैक्ट. बिकॉज नेगेटिविटी ब्रेन अट्रैक्ट करता है. इनकी गलती नहीं है, ह्यूमन ब्रेन ही ऐसा है. जब आपको एम्पावर्ड है और आपको पता है ये सब कुछ हो रहा है. अच्छा, आप घर में भी है कि अब छोटा वाला अच्छा कर रहा है और बड़ा वाला अच्छा नहीं कर रहा, ये फायदा छोटे वाले के लिए भी नहीं है. क्योंकि जब ये हमारे छोटे वाले जो अच्छे कर रहे होते हैं या जो बड़े वाले अच्छे कर रहे होते हैं, उनको लगता है कि अरे नहीं मैं तो बच गया, उसको पड़ रही है डांट, वो है प्रॉब्लम. तो वो जब बच्चे अच्छे वाले भी बाहर लाइफ में जाते हैं, फिर उनको वहां पे उतनी अच्छाई नहीं मिलती है, तो उनको वहां प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं. सो बैलेंस बहुत जरूरी है. अपने दिमाग में छोड़ो सब कुछ, हमारे लिए सब बराबर है, ये भी बराबर है, ये भी बराबर है, बट ये डिफरेंट है. हम इनको शेप करके, मोल्ड करके नहीं बना सकते. ये जेनेटिकली डिफरेंट बन के आते हैं. और हिंदू स्पिरिचुअलिटी तो कहती है कर्मा भी साथ अटैच्ड है हर किसी के. तो
Right.
दो ट्विन्स भी एक जैसे नहीं होते. तो हमें रिजल्ट पे फोकस नहीं करना है, हमने अपने कर्म पे करना है. कर्म के करने से पहले हमें अपने पे करना है. एम्पावर्ड पेरेंट्स, अपने को शांत रखो, अपने को गिल्टी फील होने मत दो, अपने को रात को बोलो मैंने बेस्ट किया. लेकिन ये दो चीजें हैं जो मैं थोड़ा गुस्सा कर गया या मैंने को पता लगाना चाहिए इनमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है, तो मैं इन दो चीजों पे अपने पे काम करके इस पे काम. सो अपने को इम्प्रूव करो, अपने को बेटर बनाओ, अपनी स्किल्स बढ़ाओ, और बच्चों के साथ बात करते रहो. और जहां रियल और रील में फर्क बताओ. अगर गलत रास्ते पे जा रहा है तो एसर्टिव पेरेंट बनो. गुस्सा आपके लिए भी हानिकारक है, मेरे लिए भी, तो बच्चों के लिए तो है ही है, वो भी गुस्सा ही करेंगे. तो गुस्से को कंट्रोल, इजियर सेड देन डन। बहुत कहना बहुत आसान है, करना मुश्किल है। तभी तो
एग्री।
एम्पावर्ड पेरेंट की पेरेंटिंग क्लासेस होती है। करो ना, अपने को गुस्सा कंट्रोल करो, अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस कंट्रोल करो, अपनी उम्मीदें। हम तो हर पेरेंट, अब एक पेरेंट आया मेरे पास द अदर डे, बच्चे को स्कूल भेज रहा है, बेस्ट स्कूल, बहुत लंबी चौड़ी फीस। जब बच्चा वापस आता है उसको बेस्ट क्रिकेट एकेडमी भेज दे रहा है वहां। फिर शाम को जब आ रहा है उसको बेस्ट ट्यूशन भेज दे रहा है, और बच्चा 0 आउट ऑफ 0 10 ला रहा है क्लास में। Why? And the parent is so stressed. I'm doing my best. I'm giving him tuitions, fees, best food, best everything. तो अंडरस्टैंड ना डायनेमिक्स। उस बच्चा 6 बजे का जो सुबह बच्चा सो के उठा है, वो रात के 9 बजे तक लट्टू की तरह घूमा हुआ है, सोया ही नहीं, रेस्ट ही नहीं है ब्रेन को। पहले स्कूल में हंगामा, फिर घर में आके क्रिकेट में हंगामा, फिर क्रिकेट से थक के आके ट्यूशन में। ना ट्यूशंस में कुछ पढ़ाया जा रहा है, क्लास में कुछ पढ़ाया जा रहा है। So there is a big discrepancy between what the tuitions are teaching and what the school is teaching. So naturally test तो स्कूल के उससे होगा, ट्यूशन में वो अलग ही अपने, पेरेंट्स डोंट नो दैट। पेरेंट्स आर सेइंग ट्यूशन भेज दिया, वहां क्या कर रहा है दे डोंट नो। So you have to be, so therefore that child was not doing well. So the main thing was the parents had to be shown this mirror, this is the situation. Then they had to be empowered on what changes they can make to make it better. And
Got
then
it.
but before that, they have to be very comfortable that we are doing our best. Guilt नहीं लानी कहीं
Got it.
पे।
So, Dr. Sona, there is one point, like you said about touched upon 2 points कि parents should be one, right? So, अभी ये बहुत एक चैलेंज रहता है। अगर मदर गुस्सा कर रही हैं और आप उसको सपोर्टिव बोलते हो तो किड्स गेट एंग्री, आप तो उन्हीं के साथ हो, तो उसको दे फील स्टार्टेड लाइक मेरे साथ तो कोई भी नहीं है, मैं अकेला हूँ। तो व्हेन यू से अबाउट समथिंग, शेयर योर ओपिनियन इन देयर फेवर, वहां पे दे फील एटलीस्ट कंफर्टेबल, सिक्योरिटी फील करते हैं। जब आप दोनों एक साथ बोलते हो या एक ही चीज बोलते हो उसको, तो आई सॉ दैट दे फील डिफेंसिव, इमीडिएटली अपने रूम में चले जाएंगे, लॉक कर लेंगे, विच इज क्वाइट कॉमन। इवन आई एम हियरिंग फ्रॉम
हाँ
माय फ्रेंड्स आल्सो, एज सून एज यू स्टार्टेड सेइंग दे गो इन देयर रूम एंड जस्ट लॉक।
हाँ बिल्कुल, वो मजा है ना, मेरी हमारी बात सुनो भाई, पापा अलग सुनेगा, मम्मी अलग सुनेगी। सो हम अपनी तरह से, दे आर नॉट डूइंग इट, माइंड मैनिपुलेटिव होता है, और टीनेजर माइंड तो मोल्ड हो रहा है। और कहीं ना कहीं व्हाट आई फील इज, जो भी बिहेवियर होता है उसका कहीं रूट कॉज भी होता है। तो कहीं देखा हुआ भी होता है ना, कई बार तो वीडियोस में देखा होता है ये, कि ऐसे बोलो ऐसे बोलो। कई बार दोस्त बताते हैं, यार मैं तो पापा को वो बोल दिया, मम्मी को वो बोल दिया। So they are listening and learning everywhere. You have to know that information is coming. हमारी जो
Yes,
ब्रेन की इंफॉर्मेशन है वो कहाँ से आ रही है, हमें इस पे ध्यान रखना है, बच्चे की भी। Now the thing is, you are saying कि they get annoyed and they get irritated when you say the same. Now
right,
both of you don't have to speak. Both of you don't have to speak. एक बंदा बोले, इधर if you are speaking then you say, और बातों बातों में मम्मी is doing her work, एंड बातों बातों में आप ये भी बोल दोगे, एंड योर मम्मी एंड वी एंड आई बोथ लव यू। मतलब आप बच्चे को ये शो करोगे कि वी आर बोथ, वी आर वन।
Yes.
होता क्या,
Nice.
हम
Very
ये
nice.
नहीं शो कर पाते, हम अपने इमोशंस में बह जाते हैं। फादर समझाने में लगा है और मदर को इग्नोर ही कर देता है। मदर लगी हुई है, फादर थका हुआ आया है, मदर वो सुन ही नहीं रहा। नो नो नो, वहां प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट हो रही हैं। तो आपको ये नहीं बोलना कि हम दोनों इकट्ठे खड़े होके बोल रहे हैं बात, तो वो तो फिर भाग ही जाएगा कमरे में, वो तो डबल अटैक हो गया। मतलब
right.
बोलो एक ही जना, बट एक जने को, जैसे बातों बातों में अपनी वाइफ से पूछ लो, क्यों भाई ठीक है ना, शी शुड से हाँ बिल्कुल सही। मतलब बच्चे के सामने बिल्कुल सही, एक है। यू डोंट हैव
Yes.
टू टेल देम हम एक है।
डॉक्टर सोना, बट वहीं पे प्रॉब्लम आती है, जैसे आप बोलते हो
और
ना ये
अगर
ठीक कह
अगर
रहे
वो आपके
हैं।
कहने के बाद कमरे में चला भी जाता है, और लेट हिम बी, let him be. You don't have to open the door. What happened? No, let him be. So when he comes out and shares what he has to share, then listen and then you can solve the issue or you can take help कि क्या करना है। हाँ जी बताइए, क्या
सुना
कह रहे थे
मैडम,
आप?
कौन कह रहे थे?
नहीं वो कह रहे
गौरव जी?
थे, वो कह रहे थे गौरव जी कुछ कह रहे थे, let him
नो नो,
complete.
हाँ, आई वाज जस्ट सेइंग सेम थिंग कि वो आपके दूसरे पेरेंट्स के पास बच्चा आके यही बोलता है कि मम्मी मुझे परेशान कर रही है, मुझे बार बार पढ़ने के लिए, मुझे कुछ नहीं। तो जब उनके
करेक्ट।
फेवर की बात करते हो तो वो आपसे जुड़ते हैं, आपसे बात करते हैं। एज सुन एज यू से नहीं नहीं मम्मी ठीक कह रही हैं, जैसे ही बोला दे फील स्टार्टेड कि कोई भी मेरे साथ नहीं, आई एम अलोन। मेरे
नहीं,
साथ तो
बट
कोई भी नहीं है।
उसके साथ ऐड कर दो ना। मैं कहती हूँ
हम्म।
हम लोग ऐड नहीं करते इस बात को ही, इंडिया में तो बिल्कुल नहीं बोलते, उसके साथ ऐड कर दो ना, वी लव यू।
हाँ
अंडरस्टूड ही तो है, अंडरस्टूड ही
राइट।
तो है। मैंने तो खुद ही अपने बच्चों को कभी नहीं बोला आई लव यू। अब मैं पेरेंट्स को बोलती हूँ बोलो, हमें बताया ही नहीं। बोल दो ना, नो वी लव यू, वी बोथ लव यू वेरी मच, वी बोथ रखो अपना, हम दोनों एक है, वो बात
गॉट इट।
काम आती है। नहीं तो वो तो एक दूसरे की भूल के भी कभी बुराई मत करो।
क्लियर। थैंक यू
वो
थैंक यू।
इमोशनल गेम बहुत चलती है ना, पापा तो ऐसे कह रहे मैं ऐसे, मदर्स फिल्म मेरी तो चल रही है। हम ऐसे बड़े हुए थे, हमारे को किसी ने नहीं बोला एक को, हमारे मम्मी कहीं थी डैडी कहीं थे, तो वही तो बोला ना, अपने अंदर के पहले इंटरनल ट्रॉमास को हील करो, अपने एम्पावर्ड अपने को हील करो, न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी लर्न करो, न्यू वे ऑफ पेरेंटिंग लर्न करो। हाँ जी बताएं, हिरानी जी
मैडम,
बताएं।
हाँ, मैं मतलब मेरी बेटी है ना, मैं प्रिंसिपल को मिलने गया था एक बार, जब छोटी थी। उन्होंने एक बात बहुत अच्छी बताई कि गलती हमारे अंदर है, हम बच्चे को डांटते हैं और फिर आगे निकलते फिर मुड़ के देखते हैं। हमारे पिताजी एक लाफा भी मारते हैं ना, वो घूम के देखते नहीं थे, दे वर सो श्योर अबाउट देमसेल्फ। और हम उनको इतना पैम्पर करते हैं कि वी लुक बिहाइंड, कोई रो तो नहीं रहे, उसका फायदा बच्चा उठाता है।
मैंने बोला आपको पहले ही बोला था, एक तो डांटते हैं वाला शब्द हम लोग अब की जनरेशन में यूज नहीं करते, हम एजर्टिव यूज करते हैं कि
ओके,
अपनी बात कहनी है, क्लियरली
राइट,
कहनी है, लाउडली कहनी है, फॉर्मली कहनी है।
यस,
दूसरी
डांटने की
बात
जरूरत
मैंने
नहीं।
ऐड करी थी कि कंसिस्टेंट रहना है, कि जो
कंसिस्टेंट,
आपने बात बोली है वो आप कंसिस्टेंट रहेंगे उस पे, उसको आप बदलेंगे नहीं। अगर
राइट,
आपने बदल दिया तो फिर आपकी वीकनेस है ये। सो यू बी असर्टिव एंड यू बी कंसिस्टेंट एंड यू बी वेरी polite in talking so that they are polite in talking to you. And if they are rude or if they are this thing, so you can just check them कि I did not like this sort of behavior, this is not how we talk.
राइट।
बट अगर हम लोग क्या बोला, क्यों बोला, हो जाता है गौरव जी, क्या करें, हिमानी जी हो जाता है, हम चिल्ला पड़ते हैं। तो फिर अपने को नेक्स्ट टर्न उसको सॉरी वॉरी मत बोलो, कहते हैं बच्चों को सॉरी बोल दो। मैं तो कहती हूँ अगर जब तक कोई इतनी बड़ी बात ना हो सॉरी मत बोलो, लेकिन अपने को नेक्स्ट टाइम चेक कर लो कि नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं चिल्लाऊंगा नहीं।
अच्छा, सॉरी बहुत बोलते हैं।
हम लोग सॉरी बहुत बोलते हैं,
बहुत ज्यादा।
जेन्युइनली कोई मिस्टेक हो गया हो एंड यू फील इट्स अ बिग मिस्टेक, तब तो
नहीं,
बनता है, बट फॉर
तो बनता
एवरीथिंग
है।
सॉरी सॉरी डजंट वर्क। देन तो
यस,
दे हैव, देन यू दैट इज योर गिल्ट। तो गिल्ट में मत रहिए, क्योंकि आपने जब भी जो किया अच्छा ही किया बच्चे के लिए। हम कोई माँ बाप बच्चा का बुरा नहीं करता है, चांटा भी मारा तो अच्छे के लिए मारा, वो वर्क नहीं किया तो नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं चांटा नहीं मारूंगी। लेकिन अब मैं सॉरी सॉरी, दैट डजंट वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू मी।
मैडम, व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन पैम्परिंग एंड केयरिंग?
पैम्परिंग एंड
केयरिंग,
केयरिंग, केयरिंग
हाँ,
में, केयरिंग में आप जेन्युइनली जो है कंसर्न शो करते हो,
यस,
कंसर्न फॉर द चाइल्ड। कंसर्न इज पॉजिटिव, वरी इज नेगेटिव। कंसर्न है कि भाई ये चीज ऐसी हो नहीं तो ये हो सकता है, कंसर्न
राइट,
है, यू आर
राइट।
विशिंग गुड फॉर। वरी इज ऐसे हो गया तो, ऐसे हो गया तो। सो कंसर्न, केयरिंग में हम कंसर्न शो करते हैं, वी वांट गुड फॉर द चाइल्ड, वी आर कंसर्न बट वी आर नॉट वरीड। और पैम्परिंग में वी आर गिविंग इट टू एवरीथिंग ही इज सेइंग सो दैट वी फील ही इज हैप्पी एंड वी
धर्मेश,
आर गुड पेरेंट्स, दैट इज
तो
पैम्परिंग। तो
मैडम सॉरी,
एसर्टिव
मैंने
बनना है, एसर्टिव बनना है, जहां नो बोलना है वहां नो
नो
बोलना
बोला।
सीखना है और बच्चे को भी सिखाना है। और यू हैव टू बी गुड लिसनर्स ऑल्सो, कि उसकी भी सुननी है।
धर्मेश जी, सॉरी, आपने हाथ उठाया, मैं देखा नहीं जा
No,
रहा।
sorry, no worries.
प्लीज, प्लीज,
But
प्लीज गो।
thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session. It was really like lot of new insights for us as a parents also. So my question is like in the current like times, a lot of distractions. So what should we do as a parent to make them more focused? So I have a daughter of 11 years old, and I think what message I get when I go to the parent-child meeting is lack of focus. Like when the lecture is going on, she's like more focused on what other things are doing rather than focusing on what teacher is teaching. And same thing happens at home also. Like whenever she goes to a tuition or study, she doesn't like this focus is something that I think is she's lacking. How should we work on that so that she becomes more focused and obviously study and other stuff she can do?
You are asking me, I think what I've understood from the voice is you're asking me how to see that my child is more focused on her
Yeah,
studies.
right.
And you're
Focus and
telling me that
all, yeah, other areas as well. So like just how generally, how do we like
how old is
improve
your
focus?
child?
11 years.
11 years. Now, 11 years old child, how to be more focused is, and it will be lifelong. To be focused is a lifelong goal. Everyone wants to be focused, you know. Now, listen, when you're talking to me, when I'm answering your question, how focused are you? 100%.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm saying something of your interest. You are listening to me because you feel that whatever I say will benefit you. So, number one, I feel that children, age appropriate children, are focused when they realize and develop an interest, and what they realize that what they are doing is for their benefit. वो उनको समझाना पड़ता है. That is again an empowered parent. It is for your benefit. Now, no child likes to study. कौन कहता है कि पढ़ने में बड़ा मजा आ रहा है? I mean, it's a normal thing ना. पढ़ना है, exam देना है, and all that, and parents are saying, but you have to make those studies for smaller children. You can make them more interesting for them. You know, give smaller chapters, give smaller roles, give them a break. कहते हैं half an hour study with 10 minutes break brings up the goal of the focus. We take it to 45 minutes also. तो एज अप्रोप्रिएट कि बच्चा बैठ कितनी देर सकता है, तो उसको हम बोलेंगे नहीं तो 4 अभी 5 बजे 5 बजे से 10 बजे तक पढ़, नहीं होगा. वो 5 से 10 तक कुछ नहीं, फोकस कहाँ रहेगा. सो इफ यू वांट टू हेल्प योर चाइल्ड डेवलप अ फोकस, गाइड, बड़े बच्चों को गाइड करो, छोटों को बताओ, मेक स्मॉलर स्टडी शेड्यूल्स एंड देन गिव देम ब्रेक्स, एंड व्हेन दे डू दैट, appreciate them. Number 2, whenever a child, I feel that हम लोग फिजिकली बैठ जाते हैं लेकिन मेंटली हमारा दिमाग चला हुआ ओवर थिंकिंग, ओवर वर्किंग कर रहा है. बच्चों का भी लैक ऑफ स्लीप है, या मोबाइल फोन्स हैं, या टू मच ऑफ हल्ला गुल्ला है, वट एवर इट इज, देर इज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंकिंग गोइंग ऑन इन द ब्रेन. तो ब्रेन को शांत करना है तभी फोकस होगा. ब्रेन को शांत करने का तरीका यही है, यू हैव टू टीच देम टू रिलैक्स या डीप ब्रीथ बिफोर सिट डाउन टू स्टडी. अब एक टीचर क्लास में आती है एंड शी सेज चुप हो जाओ, डोंट क्रिएट हल्ला गुल्ला, शट नॉइज. दैट इज नॉट telling the child to be quiet. She is making them more aggressive because वो shout कर रही है. But we always tell them class शुरू होने से पहले at least 5 minutes tell the children to deep breathe or meditate. ये तभी prayers होती है. So focus के लिए बच्चे को बिठाने से पहले just tell them to teach them deep breathing and tell them to be calm, शांत. और घर का माहौल शांत होना चाहिए और पेरेंट शांत होना चाहिए. टीवी वीवी आसपास नहीं लगा होना चाहिए. जहां पढ़ने बैठ रहा है वहां पे ज्यादा हल्ला गुल्ला नहीं होना चाहिए. एंड स्मॉल ब्रेक स्टडीज विद ब्रेक्स. एंड नंबर 2, मेक इट इंटरेस्टिंग. द चाइल्ड शुड अंडरस्टैंड क्या पढ़ रहा है. अगर वो बैठा इंग्लिश लेके और शब्द एक समझ भी नहीं आ रहा तो वो फोकस नहीं करेगा. सो यू हैव टू पे अटेंशन टू व्हाट योर चाइल्ड इज डूइंग. Sending them to tuitions will not solve the purpose.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
कितना मिनट का प्रॉब्लम लिखा है उन्होंने चैट में, पढ़ के दिखाओ ना.
हाँ जी.
Yes, we have 2 questions in chat box. If you have time, we can take them.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, so Chetna ji has said, my son is 11 years. Earlier, I used to sit with him while studying. He used to study, but now he asks me to stay away. I will read myself, but I have observed that he will get distracted easily and don't study.
Yes, you have to keep an eye on that, of course. Distractions. So what are the distractions? See that first. If it is the mobile phone he is having somewhere around him, so talk to him first, explain it to him, remove that from him. Tell him whatever he has to do, to write it down on a piece of paper. पढ़ने के बाद वो वाला काम कर लेगा. फिर फोकस करने के लिए बच्चों को अगर बोलो कि बोल के पढ़ो या लिख के पढ़ो, so that creates more focus. When somebody is talking, he is 100% focused. बट व्हेन समबडी इज लिसनिंग और रीडिंग तो माइंड वॉन्डर करता है. सो बोल के पढ़ने में और लिख के पढ़ने में एंड अंडरस्टैंड करने में और छोटा स्टडीज करके ब्रेक लेने में विल सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम.
So I have to face this issue. And what happens, we cannot take the phone away from them. And they say that कि पढ़ाई का ही कर रहे हैं या then in between they start doing something or maybe chatting with friends or something.
No,
So
you talk to them
distractions
and
are
you tell them कि इतना देर पढ़ लो, उसके बाद तुम्हें चैट करना, let them chat for 10 minutes. Give them that space कि आधा घंटा पढ़ लो, 10 minutes फिर chat कर लेना. So that way you will structure their activity and give them breaks.
slowly, yes, slowly to happen. एक दिन में नहीं होगा, पर 2-3 बार बोलेंगे तो हो जाएगा.
You have to. I told you
when they are studying, they are actually
वो आपकी बात तभी समझेंगे जब उनको आप समझा पाओगे कि इसमें फायदा तुम्हारा है. So that again comes to an empowered parent, how we communicate.
Right. Yes, Gaurav, you have to add on something.
Yeah, one small point more. Yeah. So, Dr. Sona, there is a confusion these days because, like as you said, both parents should be one. Like example, if my wife is so is doctor also, and she's so ambitious, she want to make them doctor or IAS. So, she's focusing a lot on studies. On the other hand, if I see from my point of view, I want my first goal that they should be good human beings. They should be a giver, not only thinking कहाँ से क्या benefits मिल जाए हमेशा. They should think about other. Emotional intelligence उनका high होना चाहिए. They should be having high resilience. So यहाँ पे एक थोड़ा एक डिफरेंस रहता है. वाई फील कि उसको बेस्ट स्कूल में डालना है. बेस्ट स्कूल में बच्चों को मैंने डाला, वहां पे दे वर अनेबल टू कोप अप. वन ऑफ माई किड एल्डर वन वाज अनेबल टू कोप अप. वहाँ इतना शो ऑफ था, वो ही वाज अनेबल टू कोप अप. जैसे ही मैंने एवरेज स्कूल में डाला, ही स्टार्टेड फ्लरिशिंग. वो अच्छा करने लग गया. तो आई कैन सी दैट इज ऑल्सो कंफ्यूजन कि दोनों पेरेंट्स का भी सेम नहीं, क्योंकि उनकी भी अपब्रिंगिंग अलग है पेरेंट्स की.
मैंने गौरव जी ये बोला ही नहीं कि पेरेंट्स दोनों सेम होते हैं. मैंने कहा अपने इफ यू लिसन टू द इनिशियल पार्ट ऑफ माय लेक्चर आई सेड कि लड़ो झगड़ो आर्ग्यू करो, जो भी करना है करो बाहर जाके, बच्चों के सामने नहीं.
राइट.
सेटल योर डिस्प्यूट्स, टेक हेल्प, गो टू अ काउंसलर, टेक हेल्प, टेक काउंसलिंग्स. अपने डिस्प्यूट्स, अपने मन को शांत करो और तब बच्चों के पास तब आओ. आप बच्चों के सामने थोड़ी एक दूसरे को समझाओगे, तो वो फिर आपका फायदा उठाएंगे. आप भी राइट है, वो भी राइट है. Everybody is right by their perspective. It is just that we have to make the other person see the other person's perspective. तो अगर वो कम्युनिकेशन के साथ एक दूसरे के साथ आप एमिकेबली कर सकते हो तो ठीक है, नहीं कर सकते हो तो डिफरेंसेस तो है ही है. सब लोग डिफरेंट होते हैं. दो फिंगरप्रिंट सेम नहीं है तो लोग कैसे सेम हो जाएंगे? तो everybody is different, but we have to accept each other's differences and solve the problems by communicating, not in front of the children. जब आप फैसला कर लो, चाहे आपको हफ्ता लगे, लड़ लो या हेल्प ले लो, लेकिन फिर जब बच्चों के सामने मुस्कुराते हुए आओ तो दे शुड फील, और बच्चों को ये ना लगे कि आप प्लानिंग करके आए हैं कि भाई एक ही बात बोलनी है. आई शुड से इट शुड बी नेचुरल. नेचुरल.
Clear, man. And in this one point also you have mentioned, like जब दो siblings है तो normally which I saw कि बड़े वाला का confidence normally I saw कम रहता है, क्योंकि छोटे को पैम्पर करते हैं, छोटा बड़े से जल्दी सीख भी जाता है. तो उसके लिए रेडीली कोई अवेलेबल है सॉल्यूशन या? तो
उसके लिए मेरा तो मैं यही कहती हूँ, जब सिबलिंग्स हैं तो मैं यही कहती हूँ कि पेरेंट्स के लिए तो दोनों बराबर होते हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं पार्शियलिटी हो ही जाती है पेरेंट्स से ना, मुंह से कुछ निकल ही जाता है. So it is always that कि tell the elder sibling to help the smaller sibling with his work very happily, politely, and tell the younger sibling to respect his elder sibling and do small chores for him. कि जैसे ठीक है भैया पढ़ रहा है, उसके लिए जरा ये बिस्किट्स ले जाओ या भैया का बैग ले जाओ, तो इससे बॉन्डिंग बनती है. वी आर ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड अ बॉन्डिंग. सो छोटे से बड़े की रिस्पेक्ट और काम करवाओ, बड़े को बोलो उसकी हेल्प करो. और कहीं पर भी जैसे हस्बैंड वाइफ आपस में एक दूसरे की बुराई या अच्छाई बच्चों के सामने मत करो. कहीं पर भी बच्चों के सामने एक दूसरे की बुराई या अच्छाई ना करो. मुश्किल है, कभी हम बोल देते हैं वो देखो भैया ने कर लिया. नेवर डू दैट. वो फिर ना लो सेल्फ एस्टीम हो जाती है. वो जिसने कर लिया उसको कहो वेरी गुड, जिसने नहीं कहा उसको कहो वेरी गुड, यू कैन डू इट. But don't say that he has done it or she has done it.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
तभी तो EP है, empowered parents की जरूरत.
बिल्कुल.
Yeah.
So Atul ji has raised hand. Please go ahead.
Yes.
Atul ji,
Yes.
you can
I
unmute.
have raised it by mistake. Sorry.
Yes,
Okay,
Atul.
okay.
No, I have raised it by mistake. Sorry.
By mistake, he has raised. And there is a question from Harikishan Naval. Yes. Let me read the question and then we can take. Who was that? Ma'am, Dr. Renu, this side. Dr. Renu. Okay. Let me read the question from the chat and then you ask your question. So it is, what is the role of parent in exploring, in identifying his child's talent? Everyone has his talent and it takes time to identify his talent. Better the child realize at an early age and effectively applying it. I hope, are you there, Harikishan ji? Yeah, you can ask the exact point. What he is talking about? He's talking about like identifying the child's talent at an early.
Yeah,
And
what I
working
want
on
to
it.
tell you, the way I look at it is like this, that yes, children have talents, children have hobbies, children have passions. But what I feel is that basic education is the priority, right? Basic education, आप 12th तो कराओगे ना, then of course you will tell him to go to college. So that is a priority. So that should be given the priority, studies, basic education. Because without a basic education, do you think just with talent, a person can, very few, maybe 1 in 1,000, जो अपना talent follow किया और rise कर लिया. But with education, everybody does something. So basic education is a priority. In the meantime, while you are studying, while the child is studying, and you feel that he likes dancing, he likes cricket, he likes singing, and you feel that he's doing it, or that is a hobby. You can call it a hobby in the initial stages. Gradually, when he pursues it, it can become his talent. So give him time for that. Let him, he will only tell you, you don't have to pursue and see what is there. you don't have to do that. You are a parent. He will tell you, Ki, Mummy, I like drawing. Yeah, I want to go out and give a talk. Yeah, I want to go to that debate. So let him do that. But that is his talent, that is his hobby, and you're letting him do that. But as I said, priority should be study, not at the cost of your studies. Like if you are in school and you have to miss 10 classes and go somewhere and you feel those 10 classes are very important for him. So you can have to talk to him that you take your classes this time, next time you can go. But if you feel that no, he wants to go there and it is important for him to go there and give that debate, and these classes can be made up with, taking homeworks or taking notes, then you can. So it's all a question of your own thinking and how you decide and your own choices. Talking to your child. Talk with them. I hope I've answered it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at talent in the beginning only and not look at his studies, so wo basic education pe bhi nahi, he will be able to clear. Talent is a hobby. Gradually it will be growing up. Let's give him the time for that. And then we'll look at it when he's grown up and he wants to make it his passion or his career. That is a different issue. But basic education and time for his hobby or passion.
So, madam, you say let them study and inspire them to study, but at the same time observe them what they are doing.
Observe means like that child, I gave you that example. He used to come from school. So his friends were all going to some, now it is a social status. My child is going for skating. My child is going for dancing. My child is going for cricket academy. It's a status symbol now. So that child told his mother, my friends are going to the cricket academy. I like cricket. I want to go there. Now the parents are thinking, oh, he likes cricket. That is his talent. So right from the school, they are sending him there. बच्चा 2 बजे आ रहा है, फिर 2 से 5 क्रिकेट खेल रहा है, तो पढ़ेगा कब? फिर नेचुरली क्लास में तो फेल हो गया ना. He got a 0. So then they came to me. So he should be sleeping when he comes back, he should take rest, he should do his homework. So priority padhai pe rakho na.
Yes,
Then I
that is
told
good
them,
perspective.
talk it out with your child. उसको क्रिकेट खेलना है तो वीकेंड्स पे ले जाओ, सैटरडे संडे ले जाओ, but 5 days let him study. So figure it out that way.
Yes, yes, very nice, very nice. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Dr. Sonu, ma'am. I got more insights, and I totally agree that parents, the empowered parents, are the need of hour now, because the distractions and many things they know better than us. So we have to improve ourselves before telling them.
Correct.
So as myself, I have a single girl child. So the question of comparison doesn't come here, but definitely the more pampering and less time with her, because I've been practicing, I'll come like be out by 9 and come by 9. So this is a challenge I'm facing, and it's again a difficult thing to me. She's now 14.
Yes, but then first of all, to empowered parents means you have to figure out your priorities. Now, if you can give more time to her, well and good. Because again, I said it's a question of your decisions. So, and priorities are always have to be figured out by the respective parents. Because teenager hai, you feel she needs more time, then you have to make it and do whatever. Otherwise, the other thing is that when she's at home or whatever, I feel that children, if they have their grandparents or somebody from home staying to be with them when the parent is not there, that is a very big bonding if we are lucky enough to have it. A third generation and first generation bonding is the best.
Yes,
If you have it, then you should be very, very grateful to God that you have somebody to be with your child. They are the best. They love your child. And then you have 14-year-old child, hai? You have to talk to her age appropriate and tell her it is important for you to work, but you love her very much and you're there for her. So anytime she needs you, you tell her, I will leave my work and be with you. But in between, if then that is again communication, empowered
yes,
parents. How
yes,
you
ma'am.
make your child feel about you. But if you are guilty yourself and you're not empowered, then you will tell, oh, galti ho gaya, what should I make for you? Acha, you want this? Oh, okay, okay. That is pampering. That is
Yes,
your guilt. So
yes,
again, you have to make that balance and talk to your
balance.
child and cater to her needs. And that she'll only tell you that this is the problem.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
But first, you have to be strong yourself and you say, I'm doing my best.
Yes, ma'am. I do that every night. It's enough today, and I'm empowered. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Dr. Sona, just a last question. Nidhi has raised hand. So let us speak and then we'll close the session.
Yeah, Nidhi, yes.
Thank you, Sona ma'am. बहुत ही, what I can say, it's a very informative session. I just
Thank you.
have one question that through the session we have learned a lot, and let's say that we have already done some mistake. Just like let's say that is screen time, we have not fixed it to 1 hour or 2 hours. Now, how we come out of that situation? Because it happens so many times. Let's say that my kid, he like they generally don't take phone or something, but they are friendly enough with their father. They take his phone and they don't return it. Like if they have that like mutual understanding also that after this one episode you would be giving back the phone, but they are not doing it. So how to tackle this type of situations where we have already done something and we want to come out of it, and how we can come out?
Look, there is an ABC of a behavior. ABC. B is the behavior. So before the behavior, there A. That means when you want to do something or you feel something may have some consequence, पहले ही बोल दो कि you are going there, but don't tell a lie. Yeah, don't abuse. पहले ही बोल दो. I'm sending you. You know that he is going to do that. So पहले ही बोल दो. So when you give the phone, and you feel that your father, the husband, is doing the right thing, first of all, there should be a mutual consent between both of you, and you feel that yes, the phone has to be given to him. If it does not have to be given to him, then no. बच्चा तुम्हारा है, घर तुम्हारा है, फोन तुम्हारा है, and the child is still a teenager. So no. But if you feel that no, it's okay, you've decided कि देना है. So before you give it to him, you have to tell him that look, we are giving it, but it is for this long. तो आपने उसको बीज बो दिया. You told him, you planted the seed, and you are assertive and no, smiling or doing all that. Very assertively, politely, calmly. उसके बाद उसने देखा. अब देखने के बाद वो जब दे नहीं रहा फोन को, तो कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या है? कॉन्सिक्वेंस ये है कि इधर यू अगेन assertively tell him you give it. No, I won't give it because नहीं दे रहा है इतने दिन से, पापा नहीं ले रहे हैं. तो पहले तो पापा ही बोलेंगे assertively, no, it's done, it has to be given. एक बार बोलो, नहीं देगा तो कॉन्सिक्वेंस ये होगा that you have to decide. Like what will you do so that उसका ये कुछ इंसेंटिव उसका ले लो कि भाई कल तुम्हें फोन नहीं मिलेगा. Today you have not given it to us, you keep it, but tomorrow we will not give it. This is my way of telling. अब तुम इंसेंटिव दे दो कि कल आइसक्रीम बनेगी, you won't get. Tomorrow I won't send you out to play. कल तुम्हें टीवी, तो you are taking something, that is the consequence. Because you have done this, so this is the effect you will have. And then do it. And then कल फिर वो जब मांगेगा, तो you have to tell him कि no, this was decided yesterday, so you won't be given the mobile today because yesterday you did not return it. So don't give it the next day. The third day he will again ask it, then you can give it. But then again you have to पे बोलना पड़ेगा, I will take it after half an hour. Otherwise you will stop getting it for 1 week now. So gradually you have to tell the consequences, and then you have to instill the behavior. Good behavior लगने के 21 दिन होते हैं कहते हैं. तो इतना टाइम लग ही जाता है बैड बिहेवियर खत्म करके गुड बिहेवियर इंस्टिल करने में किसी में भी. So that effort is there, that value system, that communication is there, and this is ABC of a behavior. और बाकी चीज तो घर आपका. Lots of parents tell me कि मैम आते स्कूल से टीवी लगा देता है. मैम when I ask him आज स्कूल से आके क्या करता है, आते टीवी लगा देता है. मैम सुनता ही नहीं है. So this is again not an empowered parent. अरे it is your TV, your house. You say no, it will not. Throw the TV out. Lock it up in the room. Lock up the room. नहीं देखना है. So assertive बनना है ना.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम. आपने 2 प्रॉब्लम एक ही बार में सॉर्ट आउट कर दी. थैंक यू.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for all the wonderful tips and this new perspective that you shared towards becoming an empowered parent. Definitely, this will help all of us while parenting our children and creating a beautiful bond with them. So thank you so much for all your extended time as well.
Shivan, you can share my mobile number in the comments so that people can reach out to me on WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp number.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Will we have this whole thing on the thing? On your
it will be available on YouTube. I'll be sharing you the recording link.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, audience, as well, for all your wonderful questions. And I hope everybody enjoyed, because parenting is something so close to each one of us.
For everybody, even I'm Dada, I also need to learn it for my grandchild. Anyway, madam, very nice. One thing I like the best was first give basic, education. Yes, patience and habit or whatever the hobbies will come next. First should be the at least he should know, he should have the basic education so he can go into the world. That was fantastic. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for joining in today. See you next Saturday. Thank you, Dr. Sona, for all the lovely things you brought in today. And we'll definitely keep in touch, and whosoever wants, I'll share your contact in the group itself so anyone can reach you out.
Thank you so much.
And I will also be sharing this recording with some of the parents and teachers and principals.
Do that. Wonderful. Do as much as sharing. The more people get help or get knowledge, the better. I wish I had known this.
The session will definitely be helpful.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
so
Thank
much.
you. Great audience. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Shivan. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.